In the heart of a bustling city lived a man named George. George, like many of us, had a routine. He would wake up at the crack of dawn, prepare a cup of strong coffee, and then cycle his way to work. This route, carefully selected, allowed him to pass by the city's most scenic spots. It was a journey he looked forward to each day, a journey that breathed life into his otherwise mundane routine. But then, one day, everything changed. George had a falling out with his friend Sam, who worked at the coffee shop along his usual route. A misunderstanding turned into a heated argument, and before they knew it, their friendship was strained. George, unable to face his friend, decided to change his route. He now took the long way around through the heart of the city's construction sites. This new route, however, wasn't as smooth sailing as his previous one. The construction sites were a mess, filled with sharp nails and debris. His bicycle tires, not designed for such rough terrain, started to give way. Every other day, George would find himself stuck with a flat tire. His neighbor, an elderly man named Mr. Thompson, watched this ordeal from a distance. He saw George struggle each day, noticed his frustration, and decided it was time to intervene. "George," Mr. Thompson began one day, "I see you fixing your bicycle tires quite often. Have you ever thought about fixing the real issue instead?" George looked at him, puzzled. "What do you mean?" Mr. Thompson continued. "I mean, instead of fixing your tires every other day, why not fix your friendship with Sam? It seems like it's causing more trouble than it's worth." George was taken aback. He hadn't realized his avoidance had become so apparent. He paused, reflecting on Mr. Thompson's words. He realized he was indeed spending more energy avoiding Sam than it would have taken to just resolve their conflict. That evening, George decided to take the initiative. He went over to the coffee shop, met Sam, and extended an olive branch. Their friendship was too valuable to lose over a misunderstanding. The next day, George resumed his old route, his journey once again filled with familiar sights and friendly faces. And as for his tires, well, they were spared the ordeal of navigating through debris-filled construction sites. In the end, George learned a valuable lesson. Sometimes it's easier to face a problem head-on rather than avoid it, because in avoidance, we often create bigger problems for ourselves. So next time you find yourself avoiding a situation, remember, George. Remember that sometimes the solution to the problem is facing it, not avoiding it. Remember to fix the real issue.